Welcome viewers to this class. Today I have taken the chapter Journey to the End of the Earth written by Tisani Doshi. First of all, let us understand the meaning of the phrase the end of the earth. This phrase refers to the Antarctica or the South Pole. If you look at the location of the Antarctica on a globe, you will find that it is situated at the bottom of the globe, and that is why Tisani Doshi calls it Journey to the End of the Earth. For the convenience, I have divided this chapter into two videos. In the first part, in this part, I will discuss 5 important points of this chapter. In the second video, I will discuss 4 important points of this chapter. First of all, Tisani Doshi tells us how she reached the South Pole. She says that she was in a ship which was a Russian ship and its name was Academic Sokolovsky. She was in the company of some high school children. About the journey, she says that this journey was to the coldest, driest, and windiest continent of the world. And she started her journey from Madras. In her journey, she crossed 9 time zones, 6 checkpoints, 3 water bodies, and many ecospheres. She had to travel for 100 hours, and her journey included her journey by road, by air, and by water. The moment she reached there, she was struck with wonder to see the vast expanse of the Antarctica. In the second point, she talks about the historical background of Antarctica. She says that 650 million years ago, Antarctica was a giant amalgamation of landmass. It was called Gondwana, and southern supercontinent surrounded Antarctica. At that time, human life did not exist on Earth. The climate at that time on Antarctica was warmer and it had a huge variety of flora and fauna flourishing on it. This way, Gondwana thrived for 500 million years. And after this, a landmass detached from Antarctica and it was forced to separate into countries. One part of the landmass got pushed towards the north and it formed India and Himalayas. Then South America was formed and it drifted off to join North America. At that time, Antarctica became a frigid and desolate place as it is now. After this, she talks about the third point, which is the unique aspects of Antarctica. She was very surprised to see such a huge volume of ice there. It is said that 90% of total volume of ice is situated on the Antarctica. The narrator felt that she was walking into a giant ping pong ball. She noticed that Antarctica was devoid of human life. She found insects and she also found large animals. She found midges and mites, and she also found blue whales, and she found huge icebergs there. she found that there was 24 hours austral, austral summer light there. Then she talks about the fourth point, which is human impact and changes on earth. She says that human life exists here for nearly 12,000 years only, and this is a very small span of time in comparison to the geological clock. But during this small period of time, man has achieved dominance over nature. Man has created villages, cities, and mega cities. And because of the increasing human population, the natural resources started getting depleted. And because of the depletion of the natural resources and the greenery, the average global temperature is increasing. She also says that in modern era, climate change is a hotly debated topic, and it raises many questions. It raises the question, will the West Antarctic ice sheet melt entirely? Will the Gulf Stream ocean current be disrupted? Will it be the end of the world? And then she says the answer is maybe or maybe not. But in this scenario, Antarctica has a crucial role to play because Antarctica contains 500,000-year-old carbon records. These records can help us understand the Earth's past, present, and future. That is why Tisani Doshi says that if you want to study human life, then Antarctica is the best place to go to because it can help us understand Earth's past, present, and future. This much for today's video, and in my next video I will talk about the remaining 4 points.